From the pastor of a church at the center of a deadly botulism outbreak.
More than 24 members of his Fairfield County church are being treated tonight, and their pastor says faith will get them through this crisis. ABC 6's Luann Stoya joins us live with what's next for the people of Cross Point Church. Luann?
Well, we have just heard from OSU Wexner Medical Center that 4 people remain here battling botulism, but a bit of hopeful news this afternoon in that a handful of people have been allowed to return home. Now, still, the pastor says many think this will be a long road to recovery.
There are times of great heartache that we have to trust God, even when we can't see his hand move, we can feel his heart.
Pastor Bill Pitts says last Sunday's potluck was just another church dinner. Faith, food, family, but no one could have understood what they were about to experience.
When you're in the midst of the storm, you're just trying to get through it.
By Tuesday morning, when more than a dozen members of the congregation showed signs of botulism and were hospitalized, the pastor says it was a shock. By midnight, patients were given an antitoxin, and the CDC is trying to determine the source of the rare botulism.
Every step is uncharted waters. There's absolutely no protocol that we can find, no system that we can find. Experts can't even help us right now.
A memorial service for 55-year-old Kim Shaw, the one patient who died, will be held here Sunday, a week to the day since the potluck where she likely consumed home-canned food that contained the bacteria.
Are we going to love each other? Are we going to care for each other, or not? And I would say that this church has done very well in their defining moment.
Pastor Pitt says he appreciates the support from the Lancaster community, and he's encouraged by people asking what more they can do. A Cross Point Family Relief Fund has been set up.
Please help. If you can't give monetarily, please send up the prayers.
People here are hoping that good will come from the tragedy.
I think we will never be the same. Hugs will be longer. Handshakes will be firmer. Sharing of love will be greater.
And as people recover at local hospitals as well as at home, we still don't know who brought the food that sickened the congregation, but we asked if there's finger pointing and blame being placed on the congregation. We'll have more on that coming up for you tonight at 6 o'clock. For now, we're live at the OSU Wexner Medical Center. Luann Stoya, ABC 6 News. Have a very long road to recovery.
It's time for involvement. It's time to roll up your sleeves. And it hurts emotionally. Our people are ministering through tears.
Pastor Bill Pitt says it's a time of great heartache for his church, but he says with prayers and community support, people will come through the crisis stronger.
Every church member I've talked to saying, we're in this together.
An antitoxin has been given to those who are stricken with botulism, but it will not reverse what already happened to patients. Some are experiencing life-threatening symptoms and a long road to recovery. So Cross Point Baptist set up a family relief fund.
Insurance may cover some, but these people need some help.
Pitt says the CDC is trying to determine the cause of the outbreak that has already claimed the life of 55-year-old Kim Shaw. But Pitt says they aren't trying to place blame.
All of this stuff is really for the future. That's why they do these investigations. It's not really to finger point now. It's to help in the future.
The pastor says while this is a terrible tragedy, he's hoping it will strengthen not only the bonds within the congregation, but also outside of these walls.
The ability of people to know that there's something greater than themselves, to look beyond themselves, and to look at God's strength when they have none.